Alrighty then. Let's take a look at the AeroBask Eclipse 550 NG. This is going to be my inaugural flight in this aircraft, and we're going to see how it goes. I will tell you this, it doesn't go quite according to plan. But anyway, little pilot error, and it gives me the opportunity to show you the fine glide ratio of this outstanding light-duty business jet. So we'll buckle up and get our aircraft going and get it into the air. And you'll find out what I'm talking about. So welcome aboard, and I hope you enjoy our short flight. And we've got the engines going here, so or we've got the external power going. I'll get it right. Fun little jet to fly. I'd just say that AeroBask really did a fine job on this. And there's our pretty. So this was just a little test flight, first look at the jet, and no passengers. Which was probably a good thing, because they'd have all died of heart attacks of fear. And here we go. The flaps on this only has 2 positions, halfway and down. So we've just set them for the takeoff position. And we'll start heading down to the end of the runway here. And it's a rather long trek down there, so we're going to speed things up a little bit once we get moving, and we're actually going to be taking off from California City, California. Some of my old stomping grounds. It's just slightly northwest of Edwards Air Force Base. Where I was stationed for a period of time during the earliest stages of the Space Shuttle glider test. And they used to test it on the back of the 747 and do glider test. That particular space shuttle now is in the Smithsonian museums. And it was named by the public during a period when NASA asked for the public to name the bird, and it was called the Enterprise. So here we go, heading towards the end of the runway. I also used to do quite a bit of parachute jumping right from this, next to this airfield. We take off from here, get up to about 7,500 feet, fall out of perfectly good airplanes. So, as we slowly move down to the end of the runway, you can see by the windsock we've got just a little bit of a quarter in crosswind. It shouldn't cause too much issues. So we'll pull out here, get lined up, and we'll get on our way. This particular jet takes just over 2,300 feet, I believe, for takeoff on a normal run, and it needs 2,790 feet for a landing under normal circumstances. But trust me, today is anything but normal. So here we go. And we're off. Gear coming up. Flaps coming up. And there's California City. And we're going to get ready to get her going and really get her to climb up. We're heading for about 9,000 feet. Autopilot on now, auto throttle system, and we're going to push that up to about 220 knots. Which is where my pilot error came in. Climb was too drastic, and you'll see here, you see how the engine gauges are all in the red. And instead of taking action to correct that as quickly as I needed to, you'll see what happens. And we have our fire warning. Left engine fire. Yep, it's not looking good.
Left engine fire. Left engine fire.
Get the fire out. Still got some major issues. Left engine is at 0, so it's not producing anything except fire. So we decide to make a turn to head back. And about that time, both engines quit. So it's going to be a quiet ride back. And this is where we get to test the glide ratio of this sweet little jet.
Autopilot disconnect.
Yeah.
Left engine fire.
So we disconnect the autopilot and I'm going to fly it back by hand. Sure got quiet in a hurry. trying to restart on the right engine. But it won't catch. So at this point I'm looking at roads and whatever I can find, just in case I can't make it back to the field, to maybe set this aircraft down. Trying to restart again. And no joy. And we can see the airport off in the distance there. See if we've got the altitude and speed to get back. If I can keep the airspeed above about 95 to 100, a little bit more, that'll, that keeps me above stall speed. We'll wait till the very last second to put down the flaps and the landing gear and see if we can make a decent landing. Because it's obvious we're not going to get the engines restarted. And it looks like I think we're going to make it here. If I can ease her to the left. Flaps coming down, gear coming down. And here we go. Ease it down. And we're on the, there we go. Alright. A little bit squirrely there, but we're down safe. And I'll try to keep enough speed up to let us, roll off the active. Put the flaps back up, and so that's the end of our little flight. We're still pouring smoke out the engine. Well, we made it though. Everything was fine. It was my fault for pushing the engines too hard. Lessons